By now. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? This is Twin Flames Unite. We are back at it again. And if y'all don't know by now, I'm Chris.
I'm Lisha.
What up? We're going to give y'all a few minutes to jump in and see what's going on. We got some interesting information to share with you all. And I definitely hope that you all are ready for this. Because we got some things to talk about.
We got some big
some
things.
Major stuff. What's going on? What's up? What's up? What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Oh
yeah,
boy.
We got some interesting. Marshawn!
What's up, Marshawn? We love you, sis. Yes.
So glad you could join us, Marshawn.
Oh boy. Now today we're gonna if you see the title, it's called Merging the Spiritual and the 3D.
Yes, guys.
Okay. There are many levels to everything that we're about to talk about.
Yep.
And right now, it's just, this video is more like a precursor to other videos to come.
Yes.
What's up? Who we got?
What's up?
Pink.
Pink in the house.
Yes. So this is going to touch on some surface stuff. But like I said, we're going to make other videos as we progress through this whole process.
Yes.
Okay.
Because integration is really important. And, everybody's talking about, ascension and integration, merging your higher self with your lower self on the spiritual part, which is really good. But what a lot of people don't realize is that in the 3D, in the matrix that we operate in, you have to merge also. And we're actually in the process of doing that. And not a lot of people know about it. Actually, people don't realize, the majority of people don't realize that they're property, which means, AKA, they're a slave. And not so much in a sense to, slavery 400 years ago, stuff like that. That's a part of it. But in general, people don't realize that they actually belong to the state or the country. They actually own you. They look at you as property.
Now, this is mainly for the U.S.
Yeah.
Because in other countries, it may not be the same. Because if you're in the U.K. or if you're something like that, you're probably not experiencing this as much as people in the U.S.
Yeah.
But let me break this down for you, okay?
Okay, it's going to get deep. So just hang in there, because there's some deep stuff that we're going to talk about. People are not talking about it. The ones that know about it, the ones that have gone through the process and declared themselves as their own entity, their own person. I'm noticing that they're not saying anything about it.
No. And
it could be that, they might try to tell someone, but they're so deep in the matrix, they're not paying it any mind, or they might think it's too much to do. But we're trying to see if we could break it down and explain it.
Yeah.
My baby is doing it, so I'm gonna let him take the wheel.
All right. Now, for this video, I know in the title, it's talking about the 3D. Okay, so when we're talking about 3D, we're talking about on this earthly plane.
Right.
Going about our day-to-day, working, doing whatever we're doing. We're talking about this 3D process. Because the 5D and all of that stuff is more spiritual.
Right.
But just to break it down first, so there's a spiritual aspect and there is a physical aspect, which is the 3D.
Right.
Okay, so on the spiritual level, we talk about this a lot as far as integrating your higher self and your lower self, because through that process you're able to really gain the full powers of the full essence of who you are.
Right.
Okay, because when you integrate like we talked about with the us video, like we broke that down.
Yeah.
Like it's really important to do that so that you can properly heal, that you can become whole, and that you can really move in the astral realms and do what you need to do to bring things down to the 3D.
Right.
Okay. And so with that being said, with all the work that we've done, we first started in the spiritual aspect.
Right.
Okay. We started breaking things down, taking control over things in the astral realm so that we can have more control here on this physical plane in this 3D matrix.
Right.
Okay. So Now, when you're talking about bringing things together on a 3D level, right? Most people don't understand that in the United States, this may be different for other countries, but in the United States, we have what is called a straw man. Now, if you are not familiar with that, if you ever gotten any bills at your place of residence and your name is in all caps, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a straw man.
Okay? Because in English grammar, you don't spell someone's name in all caps. You capitalize their first name, their first letter in their name. Right. See,
right. Honeydew.
You know
okay, honeydew.
You capitalize the letter in their first name and you lowercase everything else. And the same thing for the last name. You capitalize the first letter and you lowercase everything else, because that's talking about the natural person.
Right.
But here in the United States, so many people are because it's a lot into this, y'all.
It's so much. So we're going to try to break it down as simple as we can. We're going to give you guys some nuggets so that you can actually go and do your own research. Mm-hmm. Now, when you start going down this rabbit hole, that's when you're going to start exploring, and you're going to really start getting an understanding of what this matrix really mean and how you play a part within the matrix. And how you are actually being harvested. You're being harvested, your energy, your job, J-O-B, job, whatever. They're harvesting your energy.
Right.
Okay. And we're going to break it down. We're going to try to get to stay with us to make it as simple as we can.
Right. And actually, I'm glad that you just said that, because so many of us know that for a while, up until the past couple of months ago, like a lot of souls are being sent back to the moon, being recycled and brought back to this earth. Yeah. But recently that has stopped, and it's probably the reason why I'm coming to this knowledge and being able to share some things with you all now. Yes. So in a sense, just like on the spiritual level, where souls were being recycled and used for powers for other beings that didn't have our best interests at heart.
Right.
The same thing is happening in the United States on a 3D level.
Yep. Because
when we are born, if you go back and you look at your birth certificate, actually your certificate of live birth, we're talking about the ones where the doctor actually handwritten in your name, your date of birth, and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
You'll notice on that on that certificate of live birth that there's a registration date, which is different from your date of birth. And it's saying what's up to Marshawn. There we go. Okay, so when you look at that, what's happening is that you would, like, for me, for an example, right? I was born on March the 3rd, Pisces in the house.
Pisces.
And what happened was a day later, in some countries or some places, is actually like a few days later, maybe like 7 to 10 days later. Yep. But here in Alabama, I don't know what was going on in Alabama, but the very next day, my straw man was created.
Yep.
And what's happening is that all of these documents, the birth certificate, the social security card, all of that stuff belongs to the state. It doesn't belong to the individual.
It does not. The driver's license, everything.
Right. And because the states, or United States, which actually only exist in D.C.
Washington, D.C.
You can look that information up.
Look it up. Don't take our word for it,
Don't take our word for it.
Do your own research.
Please do not take our word for it. But what happens is that your straw man is in possession, is being held by the states, not you. And it's funny because we talk about persona, people wearing masks and stuff like that, right? The straw man is essentially your mask. And that mask has been taken away from you, which is your God-given rights, your birthrights.
Right.
If you all know about natural law, you know that there's really no other laws that can govern a human being.
Thank you.
Okay? So with that being said, the integration that I'm doing right now is I'm taking back my straw man from the United States.
And merging it with yourself.
Right. And so that way I have complete ownership of everything. Because, you know, the funny thing is that a lot of people going to get marriage license.
Oh man.
And when you think about it in the natural law sense, in the spiritual sense, like me, Leisha and I, for example, nobody can't tell me she's not my wife.
Okay.
I don't need to go down to the court and file for a license to have some judge to tell me that I can love her and take care of her and provide for her.
Exactly.
Okay? That's something that I choose to do. That's between me and my God, me and my higher self.
Right.
Okay? But people go through and they get marriage license, which is essentially giving your marriage over to the states.
And they own your marriage. That's why if you're trying to get a divorce or whatever, you have to actually go to get permission, and you have to pay to get a divorce because you don't own it. If you own something, you don't have to pay for it. You don't pay for things that you own.
No.
So that's the trick right there.
Right. And like I said, there's so much into this, but right now, a lot of you all have done your work and you have done your integration spiritually.
Right.
Now, for those who are in the United States and you all have this straw man situation going on, now it's time to take that straw man back and take control over your life, because there's so much that's going on in this world that we don't have control over.
So much.
And now it's time to take that control back.
Right.
Okay. Like I said, it's a lot to go into it, but one thing that I definitely want you all to research, actually two things. First one is one that we've already mentioned before, which is to study etymology.
Please, guys, etymology is so essential.
Yes. For example, one thing that I recently learned about is that the word elope, right? Okay. When people say they're going to get eloped, that means that they're going somewhere else to get married, they're running away and stuff like that. But if you look at the word of etymology for eloping, that means that the wife is leaving their husband to go and be with another man. Okay? Are you all doing that? If you're going out and getting eloped, are you leaving another husband or somebody else to go and be with somebody else? You're not doing that.
Think about it, guys.
So etymology is key. So really start understanding the root words. Go back to the Latin words. Find the root words and find out what they mean.
Right.
Because person doesn't mean a flesh and blood person when we're talking about legalese.
Right.
When we talk about legalese, a person is an entity or corporation. The United States is a person.
And don't take our word for it. You type this in and you look it up yourself. And you will be surprised what you find.
And also, one awesome form of research is a Black Laws Dictionary.
Oh my God, that's held on the lock and key in the library. You can't even take that out the library.
You cannot.
You can't.
You cannot check out the Black Laws Dictionary from the library. Now, you can go to your public library and you can go through and you can read it for free. You can go down to your law library and you can read it for free. But if you want to purchase it, it's roughly, last time I checked, it's right around $400 just for that book.
It's pretty expensive.
Okay, and it's priced that way for a reason, because they don't want the masses to understand and know what's going on. And like our whole duty as Twin Flames, we're here to shake shit up.
We're gonna shake it up. We're gonna shake it up. They're gonna be mad, but it's okay, because it's the what I tell them, baby. The scam it's over. The scam is over. The gig is up. The gig is up. So the cat is out the bag, and we want everybody to claim themselves.
Right.
To be yourself. Okay?
Yep.
Not be owned.
Right.
And again, most people don't realize that they're owned by the state. That's why, and people are confused as to why the quote unquote officers or whatever can go and pull somebody out their car and they can do whatever they want to do to them. That's because they're their property. They own them, so they can do whatever they want to do and they can get away with it because they own you.
I mean, because when you think about it, like you have your let's say your notebook, right? If you want to, you can go and write whatever you want to write in that notebook. You can go and throw that notebook away if you want to. You can set that notebook on fire if you want to, because it's your property. You can do whatever you want to do. And so, with that being said, most people don't understand that they are chattel.
Huh.
Chattel.
Look it up.
Look it up. That's what the United States consider individuals. Not individuals, because I gotta be very careful with my words.
Be very, very, very articulate.
The straw man is their cattle.
There you go.
Everything that they put in all caps right now, until you file your UCC-1 financing statement, you are considered property of the United States.
Exactly.
And here's the thing: a lot of people fall victim to this because they don't question it.
Not even they don't question it; they don't know.
Right.
People just don't know, because if you know better, you're gonna do better. And if you don't know, you just don't know. But once that knowledge hits you, once you get that knowledge, now the responsibility is on you. Right. And once you receive the knowledge, if you want to take action, you can take action. It's up to you. The knowledge has been given to you. Now you have to go and take action.
Right. Now I'm going to give a pre-warning. I probably should have gave this warning before I started this video, because I'm going to be very honest and blunt with you all. It takes a lot of research.
Oh my God.
A lot of reading. A lot of understanding legalese. Because in order to really escape what's going on, you have to know who you're playing with. Okay?
Yeah.
And yes. Let's see, I looked up the dictionary. Oh, it's $140. Okay.
Probably got it on sale.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Amazon does have some used stuff.
Yeah, the used ones on Amazon.
Yeah, but if you wanted to buy it new, I think it's right around $400.
It's about $4 something.
But yeah, if you can find it used, you can get it for right around that price. But to be honest, you can just type in Black Laws Dictionary PDF, and you can find it for free. It's about 1,000 some pages, but it has words from A to Z as far as legally what things mean.
Yep. Okay.
So etymology and Black Laws Dictionary will help you out tremendously, because if you actually go through and look at any type of paperwork that you have, as far as with your policies, with your driver's license, which actually a driver's license is not needed.
It really isn't, and that's a whole nother process right there. As far as the driver's license and registering your car, we found out some really important information about registering your car and trying to get the MSO for your car. And baby, go on and say it too, because
like I say, this is a lot of information all in one. I'm really trying to just give. Right now, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Right.
Okay. There's a lot more information to be given, and here's the tricky part about this, okay? Because to understand this part, you have to understand the difference between what's private and what's public. Okay? The reason you will not hear most information about this, or the reason why you won't find most cases where people have won in traffic court, any type of lawsuits, anything of that nature, people getting out of child support, is because child support is actually illegal.
Completely illegal.
Making people indentured servants, which is illegal.
Very illegal.
If you look into your state constitution, you'll find out that being an indentured servant is illegal.
It's illegal.
But child support, by definition, is making you an indentured servant.
It really is.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But the reason why you won't hear about most people winning and getting things wiped out is that because what's private stays private.
Yep.
Nobody sees it. You won't recognize it.
Yep.
But things that are in public is mostly going to deal with the states. Okay. When the state is winning, they're going to show you what's going on.
Yep. When they're losing, you're not going to know.
You're not going to know.
Because it's private.
Okay. So, like I said, there's going to be some information that I will divulge to you all.
Yes. Once we've completed the process, we're almost done. Once we've gone through it, we're going to go and, you guys have our email, and we're going to go, and if anybody's interested, we're going to go and show you how you can become an entity or person, like an entity, your own self.
Yes.
You can merge your straw man with yourself and become an entity or corporation.
Right. By filing your UCC1.
Filing your UCC1, and you won't have to be answering to anyone.
Yes. Actually, that's another homework thing. And Marshawn, you're right on top of it. If you would type in UCC1, look that information up.
Yep. Go down that rabbit hole. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
It's a whole rabbit hole, believe me. But there's a way out, y'all.
If there is a way in, there is a way out.
That's my.
Marshawn is on it.
She always
on it. So there is a way in, there is a way out. If you're enslaved, you can be free.
Right.
So it's still hope.
Right. Yeah, and just as above, so below. Because what's going on, in order for you to regain your power from whatever evil ones that were out there spiritually possessing people, doing things of that nature, they understand that they have to provide a remedy in order for people to get out of the messed up situations that they put people in spiritually. Because if they don't, they're going against natural law.
Right.
Okay. So the same thing in the physical realm. There is a remedy to regaining your persona.
Exactly.
Which is, so there's an integration that's happening on the 3D level, and there's an integration that's happening on a spiritual level.
That's right. Filing your UCC1 is so vital. There's actually a video, I think we should link it here, that explains what this is, what this world really is, and how they really run the world.
Right.
What's the laws again, baby? The one of the sea, the law of the sea and the law of the land.
Commerce. Everything is commerce.
Commerce, business and commerce.
Everything is commerce. Cause it was so funny. Because I was okay. I'm gonna break this story down to help make this a little bit plain for you. So as you can see, we're in a new car. We got blessed with a new car. Yeah. Okay. And so with the information that I know, in order for me to really have complete ownership of this particular vehicle,
business and commerce, that's it, Marshawn. That's the video. Business and commerce breaks this matrix down to the T.
Yes.
But just make sure you're prepared to watch the video, because it's really gonna shake you out of your skin. Like, it wakes you up. It's like waking up in a dream once you finish watching that video.
Yeah, and after this video, we're going to pin the video so that you all can go back and watch it for yourself. So definitely pay attention to that video. I wish I could remember the name of the guy who put it out.
Yeah, it's okay. It's called Business and Commerce, and we'll put it up there. And you're gonna have to watch the video more than once. You can't just watch it once. You're gonna have to watch it more than once, so you can really understand how they break down the etymology and the words and everything. They'll tell you about the law of the land and the law of the sea, and how they're operating to really trap us here, trap our souls. This goes beyond our physical body.
It really does.
It goes beyond the physical body. That's why it's so important for you to know this and for you to really set yourself free.
All right. Okay. But back to the story. Okay. So I understood, in order for me to have complete ownership of my vehicle, I need what's called the MSO, the Manufacturer's Certificate of Origin. I was like, okay. So I was in the process of trying to get that so that I won't have to worry about registering my car. I can actually put private tags on my car. I don't have to get insurance, and I don't have to have a driver's license in order to travel, because driving is something that commercial entities do.
And why do they do that? Because they're doing it for business.
Right. And us driving around in our car, we are not conducting business. We're just traveling around our day-to-day business, going to get groceries, taking kids to the park, and all the other stuff.
Travelers, that's it.
So, in light of that, like, I called the Alabama Department of Motor Vehicle, and I was like, how can I obtain my MSO? And the lady was like, she was like questioning me the whole time, like, if you have your title, then you have ownership of your car. And I was like, no, ma'am, that is not the case. If you look, and for everybody who's on here, if you have your car and you actually have the title to it, I want you to look at your certificate of title. At the very bottom, it will say point blank that this is not proof of ownership.
And that's why when your taillight go out, they give you a ticket because it's their car. It's not your car.
So here's what happens. When a car is first produced or born, it is provided with a certificate of origin, which is, and the lady, so it was so funny when she said this. She said that the MSO is like the birth certificate for the car. I was like, oh, really? It is, huh? And so what happens is that when now for each state it may be different, but here in Alabama, whenever a car is registered for the first time, the MSO goes to the state.
Yep.
Now, when it goes to the state gets it, they make a copy of it, and then they destroy it.
I wonder why. So in order for you to get your certificate for your car that you bought, tell them what they got to do, baby.
The only way that you can really get your MSO for your vehicle is if when you go to a dealership, you buy a new car, you don't have a lien on it or anything like that. You pay cash for your vehicle, and you demand from the dealer that they give you the MSO, the manufacturer certificate of origin. Okay, and when you get that, you take that MSO to the DMV, and you register the vehicle showing that you are the owner. Okay, so that way you don't have to go about the state laws and things of that nature.
Right.
But in this case, the car is used. The car has already been titled. Alabama has destroyed that. They only have a copy of it, so they're not even the true holders in due course. Look up that word, holders in due course.
And why would they want to destroy it? Think about that.
Because they don't want us to have it. So here's the thing. The Supreme Court has already ruled that individuals don't need to have a driver's license or register their vehicle if they're using it for their own personal use. Because there's a difference. Look up this word. There's a difference between an automobile and a motor vehicle.
Look it up, guys.
There is a difference. And also look up the etymology for the word driver.
Yes.
And look up the legal word for a driver. Okay? That's a whole nother situation.
That's why it's called a driver's license.
Right. But here's the thing. Okay. So essentially what I would have to do is having my private tags on the back of my car stating that this vehicle is not for commercial use, that it is consumer goods. This car is essentially the same as me going to the store and buying some fruits and some veggies. Little hint. Definitely 7-day vegan challenge. Like
right. And you know what? This is why, not to cut you off, baby. This is why if you guys ever watch any of Ralph's videos, he always say it's our birthright to be free. That's why he always say it is your birthright to be free.
Yes. And it is so funny because most people don't know, with all of these contracts, the driver's license is a contract with the state.
Yep.
And your birth certificate is a contract with the Internal Revenue Services, which is not a part of the government.
No, guys, that's a whole nother rabbit hole.
Real quick, if y'all are having federal taxes taken out of your check, you can go right now and have it zeroed out so that they don't take any taxes out of your check. Believe me, I did it for 2 years. Ain't nobody come look for me. I'm telling you right now, go in there and you're going to love me because your bank account going to feel a little bit better.
Right.
Go in there and change your elections so that you are not taxed federally.
Right.
You still got to pay your state. You can't get out of state.
Right.
But actually, there is a way to get out of state. But that's a whole nother video.
That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother, like, guys, it just intertwines. Like, it's so many different places you can go in this rabbit hole. But it all will lead you to finding yourself. And this is what this is all about. This is what this journey is all about. It's the integration with yourself and finding yourself and who you really are and setting yourself free. And
Marshawn already put me on duty. Oh, Marshawn, y'all gonna be calling us to set this up.
That's what we're gonna do. Once we get this done, we're gonna do you guys next.
Right. Because here's the thing, and you know what? I'm putting this out on blast. This is probably now. like once again, like I really had to be careful with the words that I say.
Very careful.
Because a lot of this, in order to go down this process, you have to understand who you are spiritually first. That's the whole key. Because it took me to understand that I am a natural person. I am nobody's property
and slave.
Okay, and it's also to understand that I'm not subject to any man-made laws. The only laws I follow are the natural laws that were made between me and my creator, me and my higher self. Those are the laws that I go about. I'm not going around hurting nobody. I'm not trying to go around and mislead anybody. That is not the way we do it, because we understand the law of cause and effect.
Exactly. And karma, what goes around comes around. As above, so below. You have to understand these natural laws and how they affect you.
Right. So, like I said, it is a lot to go into. If any of you all follow the Moors, which is once again a whole nother subject.
That's a whole
if you follow the Moors community, like I would say about 70% of the Moors that are out there are really on their stuff.
They are.
And they can help you find the right remedies to free yourself. So not only will you all be free spiritually, you will be free in the 3D realm as well. Okay? Because it's our birthright to be free.
It is our birthright. And this rabbit hole goes so deep, guys. I mean, what these people did to set up this matrix, I mean, they've been doing it for a long time. And they did a really, really good job at deceiving people. A really, really good job.
This is over 600 years of programming.
Lots.
So you can understand why a lot of people would be afraid to get out of the system. And to be honest, I was a little bit afraid to do it myself, because I'm like, if I really get out of this matrix, that means that I'm really, it's all on me about how I eat. It's all on me how I live, how I'm able to pay lights and stuff like that. And to be honest, if you haven't formed a business yet, and I'm just being blunt and raw.
Just being honest.
Just being blunt and raw. If you have not formed a business, if you have not formed an LLC, you are still a slave. Because once you form your LLC, you are really taking yourself out of the equation, and you are creating a system for yourself where you are creating money on your own. Which is something that we're doing through real estate. And real estate is a really good way to accelerate your income. Okay, but like I said,
that's another.
It's a whole nother rabbit hole. And it's funny because, like, and I'm gonna let Alicia break this down. Financial and spiritual are not separate. They are one and the same.
One and the same, guys. That's the whole trick. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. It's the same thing. It's not separate.
Let me see what they're saying while you break that down, baby.
So I always say that because people like to separate the business and the spirituality, and I always wondered, like, you know, when I was young and I was growing up and I was going to church and stuff, because, you know, I grew up in the church. Like every Sunday I went to church. I was telling my daughter this not too long ago. The only Sundays that I didn't go to church, I can remember growing up, it might have been 2 or 3 Sundays I didn't go to church. And that's only because we were traveling. We probably were in another country. And guess where I was? I was in another church in another country. So, and that's just every single Sunday, even like Sunday school, you know, first communion, second communion, name it, I did it in church. And I'm getting somewhere here. And I always wonder, like, they always say that, you know, the root of money is evil, or the root of evil is money, whatever they say. But I'm always questioning. I'm like, okay, so if money is so bad and money don't have anything to do with spirituality, why do you have collection in church? Like, if the two are separate, why do you mix it in church? Like, I never really understood how they try to keep it separate, but at the same time, every Sunday they join it together. And then as I got older and I really started finding myself and I really started studying and researching, I realized that money is energy. That's all it is energy. And it's the way that they communicate here on this planet Earth. Is everybody have an agreement? You know, hey, if you give me this, give me money. They used to have barter back in the day, but they cut that out. So now they have the money, and you know, even though the money don't mean anything now, because you know the United States been broke for so long, they're just using promissory.
The United States is bankrupt.
Yeah.
The Federal Reserve notes that we use, the $1 bill, the $5 bill, the 10, the 20, the 100, they are not worth the paper that they're printed on.
Nothing.
Because back in, I may be wrong on the dates here, because I haven't put all this to memory yet, but it's almost close. But back in
what is it, 1940 something?
No, 1930s. 30s. In 1930, they took away the gold standard, and this is actually why Trump is my man, because I think he's trying to bring back the gold standard, which would be awesome. But in 1930 something, they took away the money being backed by gold and silver. Okay, and then right around the 1950s or so, they had everybody turn in their gold and silver to the banks. Why would they do that? Okay, so as of today, the United States is bankrupt. They do not have any money to pay their debt. But here's the thing, and this is where it comes in. When you all see this video about commerce, you'll understand that we are their money.
Okay.
The people, your straw man, they are the money. The money that they tax us goes to pay their debt. And they tax you for food. They tax you on your job. They even tax you more after you file your income taxes.
They double tax you. Double taxes.
You're getting taxed every which way, and there is a way to be tax exempt. And we will do some videos on that as well, because we're going to share this information with you all as much as we can. But I'm going to let you know once again, it is going to require a lot of research on your own.
A lot of reading, a lot of research. Like it takes dedication. Like, I mean, if you're comfortable with where you at and you like your 9 to 5 and you're pretty cool, then you know this walk might not be for you. But if you really want to set yourself free and you want to claim yourself, take yourself back, you know, merge your straw man with your real man, then you know, hey, we'll be more than happy to let you know how to do it once we finish our process.
Yeah, because I've already got my paperwork together.
All 200 pages.
Like I'm like dead serious, y'all. It's like 200 pages that I had to go through and draft myself to really get this under control, because you know it comes to a point when you're really sick and tired of being sick and tired, you start taking control of your life.
Yep, that's right. Now I don't know why this is in my spirit to say this, but I'm say it for if there's anyone who's watching this video and you might be on child support. And don't get us wrong, when we are for people taking care of their kids. We are all for that.
But you created your child, your offspring in private. You take care of them in private.
Exactly. So if you're on child support and you feel like, you know, the system is really rigging you and doing you wrong, and you want to find out how you can get out of it, send us an email. You guys know our email.
Twin Flame Unite.
We'll give you some information that you can go and research for yourself to show you how you can clear your name and stuff like that and become debt free. Like, it's a whole process, and once you go through it, you really become free. I mean, debt free. All of this debt stuff is really linked to them owning you.
And debt can only be paid by money. And money, legal money, is only gold and silver.
Thank you.
The Federal Reserve notes are only considered legal tender.
Right. They're promissory notes, guys. Promise means you're gonna do something. That's what it means. I promise to do this. That don't mean I'm doing it. It means I promise. And that's what those notes say on them. They're promissory notes. So you ain't gonna believe us. Just please, do your own research. Don't take our word for it.
I mean, once you start researching it, and it once again goes back to everything. It doesn't matter. It's nothing against them. You want to make sure that you know the truth for yourself. Like we tell you, make sure, man, know thyself. Make sure you know who you are. And then when you get information, you research it. I don't care if it's the person who created the law. You research it. You know?
Get your own confirmation.
Because there are codes out there. And really the best way to find remedies is to start to learn how to research case law. Wow, I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay.
But it's so much information, believe me.
It's a lot.
Once you start learning how to study case law, once you learn legalese, once you have gotten a good grasp on etymology, you'll see it'll be real clear for you. Very, very clear, like when you get in contact with your higher self and you really do that integration and you really get in tune with your higher self, and once you get in tune with your higher self, you know, when you're riding down the street and your higher self tells you to turn left, you turn left because you know that's your higher self.
Exactly.
And so, same as above, so below. Once you understand the law and once you understand the game, you know how to play it. Boom. And you know how to win. And once again, this is Monopoly, bitch. You said it. You know what? That Monopoly video.
That was a whole
really
download.
A teaser.
That was a download.
It was a whole teaser to what's coming up on these videos to come. So,
yes, Monopoly. You gotta know how to play the game. If you're in a game and you don't know the rules and you don't know how to play, guess who's gonna monopolize on you? The ones that know how to play. The ones that created the game. Okay, they're gonna be laughing because they winning the whole time and you just in it. Like, you know, you really gotta look at life. Like, it's like finding your place in this game, you know, finding your purpose and knowing, like, think about it. Let's say you go for a job interview or whatever have you. You know, you sign up for this position or whatever, and you report to work, right? And you're just standing there in work, you're just standing there looking at everybody. They're gonna look at you like you're crazy. Like, why are they just standing there? And that's what it looks like when you're on this planet and you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, what your purpose is. You kind of just floating around. The wind blow left, you blow left. The wind blow right, you blow right. So it's really important to really know yourself and know why you're here, and know what the rules are in this realm of reality, and how to maneuver and how not to get eat by the big dogs. Who made the game?
Yep. So, like I said, there was a lot of information dropped in here. Definitely some of the words that were said, go back, research them, find the etymology for the word, and then also find the legal meaning of the word. So, Black Law's Dictionary, study etymology. We're going to be dropping a lot of gems for you all over the next couple of
probably for the next
it's gonna be a while.
And remember, look up, file your UCC1, okay? Claim yourself and leave the plantation, and some documentation
to look up. You can actually Google these documents. So if y'all stay to the end of this, y'all about to get some awesome information. Okay, and we're gonna stop this video after this because it's getting dark.
It's getting dark. Can't even see us no more.
Okay, so the first document to look for is called One Man Out.
Ooh.
Okay, if you type in One Man Out, if you Google it, you will find a PDF, and it will give you a breakdown of the whole process of getting yourself out of the matrix. Okay, it's like the red pill, blue pill. If you choose to read it and go through it, now that document is a little bit dated. It's not way too dated, but once again, this is the part where you have to do your own research. You have to make sure that the documents that you put together, you understand. Because when you start putting together security agreements, when you start putting together indentured trust agreements, when you start putting all of this stuff together and claiming yourself as a natural person, you want to make sure that you know your shit.
And you do it the right way. You set it up the right way.
So One Man Out, that's one to look to definitely look for. You can get the PDF for free. Okay. The next one is Creditors and Their Bonds.
Oh my goodness.
If you all have ever received a traffic ticket of any shape, form, or fashion, if you have ever had any issues with the courts, definitely, like, this is probably book number one to get if you are in that situation. It's called Creditors and Their Bonds. Google it. There's a PDF that you can download for free.
Yep.
Read through the information, research it, and you will find the remedies that you need to get yourself out of some sticky situations.
Right. Let it sizzle in your spirit, guys. Let it marinate in your spirit and your being.
Right. And see, those are the documents that I can think of right off the top of my head. If you go and research that, there's a wealth of information in there.
So much. It'll just take you. It'll just start taking you. That's the whole rabbit hole you're gonna go down. But you'll be glad that you went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah. Because like recently I got a traffic ticket, right? And I found out that I can appoint the judge to be the beneficiary. It's like, Chris, why would you appoint the judge as the beneficiary? Here's the deal. Whoever the beneficiary is, they have to pay the debt. Most people don't know that under the canon law, that the judge in their oath, they actually take responsibility. So you have to know that they have an oath to do that.
Yep.
And you file the necessary paperwork to appoint the judge as your beneficiary. Now here's what's going to happen, and I'm gonna give y'all updates on this afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
What happens is that once I appoint the judge as the beneficiary, it is his fiduciary responsibility to make sure that the debt is cleared out. Because if it's not cleared out, then he is held liable for the bill.
And it's like the military guys when, don't ask, don't tell. But, so you just got to know these things, because they're not going to go and tell you. The judge is not going to be like, hey, you just appoint me, I'll pay it. He's not going to do that. This is your duty to know this.
Yep.
And for a lack of people, for a lack of knowledge, the people would suffer. And that is so true.
Yep.
The less you know, it's like you're ignorant. And you really don't know. And if you don't know, you don't know.
And see, Marshawn, that's why I love you. She also put, I think you meant to put As a Man Thinketh.
Yes, Marshawn, you read in my spirit.
Yes.
Because I was going to say that book before this cuts out. That's actually one of the PDFs that we have for free.
Yeah.
As a Man Thinketh, so is he. That is the best book, guys. I really think that you should start with that book, because that book actually, it puts your mind, it puts it on a track where it needs to be. Right. So you read that book first, As a Man Thinketh, so is he. Then you go and you research all the other stuff, because you got to get this in alignment first. Yeah,
it all starts, because if you don't know it here and you don't know it here, going through this whole process of getting out of the matrix is going to be what's the word? It's futile, or it's going to be pointless.
Pointless. There you go. Okay? It'll be pointless. So you got to get this. You got to get the alignment going first. Get it aligned. In that book, As a Man Thinketh, so is he. That's actually what really set me off.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, that set my rockets off, and really put me in alignment. As a Man Thinketh, so is he. By what's his name? The Allen guy.
Oh man, I just know
last name is Allen.
It'll come to me, but it's a famous book. And actually on YouTube there's a whole audio book on YouTube.
Yeah, if you want to just listen to it. If you don't want to read it, if you like an audio type of person, you can just type it in YouTube, As a Man Thinketh, and it'll pop right up.
Yeah.
And you can listen to it. It's like an hour and some change.
Yeah.
So
wow, that's a lot of information. Hopefully we didn't overwhelm you all.
I hope not.
As videos go on, we will break down the bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Because in order to really break this down,
we'll probably be here all day.
Yeah. Let's just say that I've been on this path now for about 3 months. That's how much work that has gone into
how much studying, how much research, up late at night, just really getting that into our spirit. Like, it's a lot of work, guys. It's a lot of studying, but it's worth it. I tell you that, it's worth it
to be free, to truly be free, to be free spiritually, to be at one with yourself, and then to be free in this 3D.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, y'all are gonna take over this world. This is how we uplift the world.
Exactly. Each one teach one. This is how we do it. When we uplift ourselves, the people around us are gonna uplift themselves also, and that is the true meaning of abundance.
Yes. So
Well,
we love y'all
wait,
so much. What you got?
we gotta say our spill.
What's the spill?
So if this video has been
If this video, definitely give us a thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up.
We got 19 people on here. Give us that thumbs up.
Let's see 19 thumbs up right now. If this video has been helpful for you, if you're new to our channel, welcome. We need to start doing that in the beginning.
Yeah, we need to do it at the beginning. Please subscribe. If this information has been helpful for you. If y'all have been rocking with us for a while and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe.
Go on and subscribe,
because that is part of the encouragement for us to keep going and doing what we're doing. Definitely do that. And yeah, hit subscribe, hit that bell, because y'all don't know when we hell, we don't know.
We don't even know.
when most of the time when we go live, we just, whenever we feel it in our spirit and we don't have kids holding us back, then we're gonna go live.
It's okay. So he don't see the thumbs up. Don't worry about it. We got that in the spirit. We got it in the spirit.
But yeah, definitely hit that bell so that you can be notified when we go live. And most importantly, make sure you have your notifications on your phone.
Yes, and that's how you'll know when we do our pop-ups. And we're actually working on, because our business that we have, the umbrella, we figured it out a few videos ago. It's called Twin Flame University, so TFU University. Yes. And as we progress, we're definitely going to be doing more teaching through our university. Yeah, through
Twin Flame University, we're going to be teaching on spirituality. We're going to be teaching about finances, because that's one thing that is not taught in public schools or in any school.
I do know why. I know why.
Yeah, we know why.
We know why.
We know why.
But it's not taught. But we're going to make sure whatever information we know, when it benefits us, we're going to share it with the collective.
Right. So...
yeah, that's it. Oh, and we still have some of those crystals left over. We have a few left over. If you want to go back and look at the video with the crystals, you can, send us an email and let us know which one you like. If we still have it available, we'll go ahead and send it out to you. Everything is half off because we're revamping the website. But we thank you guys, and I thank you for all of those, all of our subscribers who have been purchasing the crystals. We really appreciate it, and we love you, and we thank you so much for your support and your donations. We thank you so much.
Yes. All right, y'all.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, we got to get out because we got to make some dinner and stuff like that.